liberal-fascism.com.
The reviews of The Master have ranged from acclaim to disdain, but almost all the critics seem to admire the film's music. It was composed by this man.
Hi, I'm Jonny Greenwood.
And his story starts back in the early 1990s when he was playing the viola at Oxford University and not making much of an impression, even on himself.
I mean, I was headed for the back of the viola section in some orchestra if I'd practiced hard enough.
On the side, he played in a band that was hoping for greatness, and it got it when
we signed a record deal with EMI, and that was kind of the beginning and end of my musical education, really.
By 1993, radios and concert arenas erupted with the sound of Jonny Greenwood on a string instrument, but not the one he'd played at Oxford. He was the lead guitar for Radiohead. But I'm a creep. Radiohead became one of rock's biggest acts, and stage left, playing his practically abusive style of guitar, was Jonny Greenwood. Radiohead sidelined their guitar rock sound in the early 2000s, which gave Jonny Greenwood the chance to explore other instruments and to write haunting, avant-garde compositions for orchestras. Film directors began to notice. That's Mr. Greenwood's chilling score for the 2007 film, There Will Be Blood. Paul Thomas Anderson asked Jonny Greenwood to compose music for his new film, The Master. He needed to suggest the atmosphere of a group of believers who become a cult.
Yeah, that's the sound of the strings playing with guitar picks while muting the strings. What I really enjoy about writing for orchestras is realizing that it's kind of self-evident, but the fact that they are 48 individuals and it's not, a preset on a keyboard, it's all these people who have opinions and are making decisions about how to play.
Jack Bruce of Dream gave this interview 3 years before the birth of Jonny Greenwood.
Music at school, and then I went to college in Scotland. But I got thrown out of it. But really, it's taken me up until about 2 years ago to unlearn what I had learned. Really, I wasn't making it. Until I really managed to unlearn the things that they'd taught me. I really feel strongly that they just teach the wrong things. They teach everyone the same things. Regardless of what their own individual capacities and so on are. They don't seem to take the trouble to find out people's individual characteristics, And improvisation, things like that, it's regarded as really bad. They had great hopes for me as a cellist, and they kept telling me that I couldn't write things, So this was one particular teacher that I had. I used to write, when I was 14, I wrote a string quartet, and I proudly took it to her, and she instantly sort of wrote all over it and pointed out all the mistakes, And it took me about a year at least to get over that, And she used to tell me that I just couldn't write. I didn't have any talent for it, and I should make myself a good cellist, which I had talent for. I think she thought maybe I could be good enough to become sort of fourth desk in the Scottish National Orchestra or something,
Though you despise the classical training you got at school, did it have no influence on you at all?
The first thing that really gathered me up was Bach, I suppose. I got really involved in that because he, believe it or not, he is really the ultimate in bass players. He really was the governor of all time. His bass lines are just incredible, and I think any bass player can learn just about everything in conventional harmony that there is to know from that.
liberal-fascism.com